This is the best made show on TV. I can't even.
Welcome back!
I'm Bliss.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Jamie. We're watching Breaking Bad.
Season 4.
The season finale, episode 13. We're very excited.
I'm wearing a weighted blanket so I can stay calm.
Girl, what do we call her? Honey Tits. Pick
Honey
up the
Tits.
phone. Pick up the phone, Honey Tits.
Yes, girl.
I need Saul. I need him right now.
So you break into the place. You just break in.
I see you're here, by the way. If you'd have bothered to answer the phone or the door, maybe I wouldn't have. Forget it. Let me explain something to you.
Honey Tits ain't budging.
Are you in danger? What they freaking do? Why do you think he's not here? And how's that news? Exactly. The two of you being in danger. After doing something idiotic? And what gives you the right to break down my door?
But I just need...
Okay, hero of the show. Whitney, when did you do this project? I didn't know you were in this show. You had to tell us.
Now, I gotta wait around all day for a plate glass guy to come and fix this door. And who pays for this? It costs way more than $1,700.
What? For a plate of glass? No.
Oh, yeah? Bet it does. Mine's are costing $20,000.
My girl.
I love her.
Are you insane?
She said, what, you're in danger after doing something idiotic?
There's no reputable vendor with...
Oh, yep.
Did it really take you that long?
Put two and two together, you ass clown.
Keep up.
Get it, Honey Tits.
I'm thinking 25.
I love a businesswoman.
She's not scared of him at all either.
I love it.
I'll be right back.
You should probably grab more than one.
Oh, shoo, doggy.
Now you're
In your own house in the basement.
What is life?
I would have stayed. That camera makes me uncomfortable.
Thank you. Christ, you too. All I can say is if I ever get anal polyps, I'll know what to name them.
Best line of the show right there.
No.
That is everything.
I,
That
O,
would be so tough.
Yeah.
second letter U, A, B, C, A, E, I, J,
If
K,
he's writing sucks.
A,
No.
I, J, K, L, M, A,
No.
I,
I love that.
U, U, V,
Suck mine.
X,
Stop it.
Y,
All right, that's enough.
Oh, good.
A, E, I, O, U, A, C. I'm just so.
I'm so sorry.
He got to go for a ride though. He winked.
That'll make, what's his face pop his head out of the hidey hole.
Mm-hmm.
Gus Gus is gonna want to go for a visit.
That's right.
So that was the play then, was to get him out so that Gus knows
come
that
visit.
he went to
New
the DEA
car.
and talked, doesn't know what he said, but
Can't help himself. He has to come see him.
Hey, excuse me.
No.
Who is this now?
you just let any old person come into a nursing home and be like
real.
president
There's
people.
gotta be more security, or that's really sad. Protect our old people.
Especially like a dude that can't even communicate.
Right.
Seems rude. I wonder if we could get a montage of all the times Gus buttons up his suit and then unbuttons it.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
A crippled little rata. What a reputation to leave behind.
He's just ready to die anyways.
He doesn't seem to be too upset right now, does he?
No.
Is that how you want to be remembered? Nice chance to look at me, actor.
Oh, stop. No way.
Good move right there.
No way. There's no way.
This show is insane.
Oh.
What? You got a problem with stairs?
Oh.
Whoa.
Holy.
We've got work to do.
What? No. What the hell is going on?
What are we doing?
What is going on?
Oh, dissolving bodies?
Oh no, they're destroying the place.
Oh.
Wow. That was gratifying.
Lord.
But we still have a season left.
I know. They're gonna give us some little crumb, some little morsel.
Still saying it wasn't the right suit. I don't understand. Or what was it? Said it was most likely a flower called lily of the valley. And it's like common, got these red berries on it that I guess taste sweet, and sometimes little kids eat them and wind up poisoning themselves, and that's it. Nothing more.
That potted plant in his backyard.
So Gus
You're a
didn't poison him after all. Still, he had to go, right? Yeah, right. Gus had to go.
He can't not take credit for
I
it.
know. jeez.
Oh,
Jeez.
brother.
You had to say it like that.
Woo!
You did outsmart the smartest man in the show.
Jeez. That Lily's gonna be gone.
That's nuts.
Lily of the Valley.
Wow.
We have those planted around our deck.
Good. Good.
Just so you know. Wow!
That
Oh
is
my gosh.
insane. Oh, he's a genius. He
A
outsmarted
line
Gus.
I never thought he would cross would be poisoning a kid.
Seriously.
Yeah, that
though.
is sad.
That I
You're
didn't
right.
think was in his realm to do.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was Gus. Which I know that's why he did that, because Jesse thought the same
Uh-huh.
thing. Only Gus would kill a kid, not
Mhm.
Walter. He is really good at manipulating people.
That's the understatement of the year.
And that's why I hate him. I can appreciate the genius behind everything that just played out, but it does not make me like him.
Brilliant. It is brilliant.
Appreciate the writing.
I can
do
appreciate the writing,
for sure.
Oh my
how they
god.
laid that out.
I also think that it was interesting that Gus is like so put together, but he had one
Weakness.
chink in his armor, and like between it was kind of took like Saul and Jesse and Walt to figure it out, because Walt was
Yes.
completely oblivious to the fact that he was going to see Salamanca the whole time,
Yeah.
and Jesse would have been oblivious to it
What that? Yeah.
without
What he could do with that information.
Gus like actually bringing him there in
Uh-huh.
pride to be like, this guy like killed all of you or whatever. And the only reason that Saul knew about it was because Jesse
Mm-hmm.
was still using Saul as his lawyer. So it kind of was, Jesse didn't even think about telling that to Walt.
I would like to know how Walter got the kid to eat the berries.
Yeah.
That's an interesting subplot there too, yeah.
Like how he pulled that off, but
It's just so satisfying, the fact that it did all have to work together that way rather than, just point, shoot a gun, blow him up in his car. It's like, no, it had to, the unraveling was very, it's so good. It hurts my brain.
That he like convinced Salamanca to
do it.
kill himself, to like suicide
Yeah.
bomb himself.
Well, when you're trapped in your body and some nurse is asking if you have to go poopy,
Well, he
what's
already,
really
like,
left?
there's literally
You know,
nothing
don't
else
disagree with
he
you.
ever could have done
He was
to
in
hurt
the
Gus.
cartel.
There was no way he was ever going to scratch Gus, touch a hair on his head. It was over. He was defeated. This was the only thing he had.
Yeah, what a way to go. If you were in the
Of
cartel and you were
course.
trapped in your body in a
Of
nursing home,
course.
I can go out killing my enemy.
No brainer.
Absolutely.
Of course. Easy, yes.
There aren't enough reruns in the world to make me want to stay.
I could win every bingo game from here until Kingdom
Right.
Come. Yeah. Brilliant.
Craziness.
This season was my favorite.
You
thus
got to
far.
mess with Hank.
I don't know how you can beat this season. 'Cause
I think next season has to be the further unraveling though of Hank
you think?
finding out that it's Walt. Like that's
Yeah.
the only thing that's left that really like, because Walt's gonna be the kingpin now,
I can't.
and for
yeah.
sure like there's gonna be some element of him
Or
wanting
he
to
tries
continue.
to move away from it, but Hank won't let it go.
No, I don't think he'll try.
I don't think he'll try.
I
he's
think the
gonna
way
be.
he was just like, I won, it made it feel like he can't
Heisenberg.
let this go and he's going to try and take this
Yes.
over and be
Okay.
the big dog
His
now.
pride is still the underlying layer. of
Cartel people
everything.
are dead. Gus is dead.
Yep. And for sure it's gonna end up where because Hank has put too many things correctly together for it to just be a dead end. Like that's gotta come
He's gonna
in.
keep digging.
That's got to come into the next plot somehow. Now that Gus is dead,
Do you think
because
Mike will be back?
What?
Mike?
I think they got to tie
They
that up
gotta
somehow.
bring Mike back. I need Mike.
Yeah, he was too big of a
I mean, his
character.
boss
Gonna miss
is dead
Gus.
now, so
Wow.
Crazy.
Perfect season. A perfectly written, perfectly acted season of a TV show.
Insane.
You said last episode that this was the best TV series ever.
I think it is.
You do?
I think it
It's
is.
your number one all time?
I think so. In the sense of like, oh, I'm not gonna like put this on a Tuesday and like rewatch it for funsies kind of show, but it is like, it's like reading an excellent book that you never want to be made into a movie because that entity itself is the most perfect form of what that story should be. It's that kind of all-time feeling.
My favorite TV show is Frasier. So,
Oh, that
I
is-
mean, that has
She's right. Close
nothing
second.
to do.
Close second.
I mean, and I'm
Slightly
also
different
deeply
writing.
But that's a
invested
different-
in Ted Lasso right now.
Right.
So
But those are, yeah.
you can't
but
ask
from
me
a
what my favorite
craft-
TV show right now is. Game of Thrones is still up there.
Okay.
Billionaire. That one's still really far up there too.
Billions.
Billions? Is it billions? Yeah,
Billions
billions. Breaking Bad would be top 5.
Yeah.
I'd put it in the top 5. I wouldn't say it's my number 1. Mostly because I tend to like to find at least one person throughout the series
Sure.
that I find
It's
enjoyable and
admirable.
I'm rooting for.
I don't.
Which
either.
I had that in Game of Thrones. You never knew what was going to happen. But the person I wanted to live lived. And that's all I care about. Like I had somebody to root for.
Okay. I see that.
That's what I like out of a TV show is having an underdog or somebody to root for that I can be happy about, like, and I don't have that in this show, but I would say it's still very well written.
My gosh.
Top 5 for sure.
Top 5. What about you, Whitney?
Papa Beaver story time.
Number
I
1.
knew you were gonna say that. Papa Beaver story time.
Bear in the Big Blue House.
I want everyone to go and just do a quick Google search.
Sacrilege.
Just watch the intro. It is so long and unnecessary. They talk about dinosaurs at some point. It's just whoa.
Ooh.
Early 90s.
Oh my
At its
goodness
best.
sakes.
Honestly, I don't watch nearly as much TV as the average American.
Right.
So my perspective on this is probably really skewed. I do think that it is very well written, and obviously I understand why everyone thinks it's the best show ever made.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree that it's got to be in the top 5.
You were saying.
I was saying that I particularly enjoy like political dramas and things of that nature. This is like a little dark for me. Like it's like hard for me to watch a lot of the episodes, so I do appreciate that it's very good writing. But I also really like The West Wing. I felt was like a really great, especially for the time that it came out. It was like very well written. It's very smart. It's very intellectual. It's like all of the things that there's like good interpersonal connections and drama and all the stuff. So, but it's not like, I don't know, it's different because it's not like you're waiting for all of the things to connect and it's like, aha,
Yeah.
here is what happens.
I like
it's,
an aha.
you know, like the aha kind of is like because you have no idea. At least like political dramas is loosely based around there's a president, it's 4 years, it's there's an election. Like it's you kind of loosely understand the structure of it.
Right.
This is just like you have no freaking idea who is going to do what and how it's going to result. So, yes, I for sure understand. The acting is great. I still think that the dude that plays Jesse is probably the best actor in the whole entire thing. Like he's not
I'd
the
agree with that.
main character, but like his acting is so like multifaceted. Like because he has so many different like kinds of emotions like throughout the whole thing
Yeah.
that it's like very believable. So, yeah.
Ask us
Season
more
4's
questions.
over.
Season 4.
Where does Walt go from here?
I think Walt can't help but to be
Yeah.
the king of the meth game now.
I think enough people in the comments have made enough, like, oh, wait until you see Heisenberg. Like, I don't think we've seen enough of him for that to just be the end of this. Like, I feel like
And
it's
you-
going to be a thing.
I think you often, you know, like you've also seen some threads of the mantra of like you become what you hate.
Mm-hmm.
Like the object, you know, like you become what you love. That's, you know, in the Bible. But then also like if you spend more of your time like hating people than you do loving them, you for sure become like what you despise. And Walter even gave like a pretty solid pitch to Jesse of who do we know that has, used children and murdered children to get what they want and to whatever. And that was all his big appeal to how bad Gus is, but like he literally is doing what Gus is doing. So I think the next level for him is to be
Gus.
the full version of what he has just eliminated because he hated him for,
Yeah, and now
so
he's going to try and
under
convince
them.
Jesse that they have to take over Gus's spot and get Mike to work with them. And, because, you got to make more money. You'll make more money being Gus. And if you can be the top people, then you don't have to do the dirty work.
It seems like all of his shadows are cleared out, right? Like I mean,
feel like this is going to be another blowfish conversation.
Yeah.
And it's going to be watching him talk Jesse into
Yeah.
doing something Jesse would rather just bow out of.
Especially because
But
now,
Jesse's
like,
an
he's
amazing
cleared
house.
with Andrea, and so
True.
that situation could work out in his favor. and
There
he
is
could be
literally
happy.
no reason for them to keep cooking.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they don't need the money. They have like the lawn, the car wash. Ted is AWOL apparently.
Ted's dead, I
For
guess.
sake of pride, you think they will?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he can let it go. Just from the way he told Skylar, I won. Like, if he had a hat and some glasses on, we'd be like, well, there was his villain line.
I mean, like, maybe this is a little idealistic, but like, couldn't he just come clean with Hank and everybody in the family and just be like, this is what has been going on. It is like over and done.
Let's move on.
Now that like Hank is no longer, technically working, everything is cleared up and like, for sure I was wrong and blah blah blah. But they all
Isn't gonna let him go on living life if he admits
that's
he
true.
did all that.
I don't think it would either. But I mean, like, you're still stuck having to live in the result of a lie, like the whole rest of your life. So, any real change of heart on Walter's part is going to demand some sort of like a confession, which is not going to go well either way. So I feel like him and Hank have to come to fisticuffs at some point. Like, there's got to be some way that all comes to the top. Because practically speaking, Walt is taking care of everything. It's just relationally speaking, like he's still up a creek without a paddle in a lot
The
of
way
ways.
to move forward from here.
Yeah. We'll find out.
So if the first season was Walt and Jesse versus Tuco, the next several after are Walt and Jesse versus each other and versus Gus.
Mm-hmm.
What's season 5?
Oh, good question.
Everybody versus Walter.
Not a bad answer.
I
Maybe
mean,
Walt versus Hank. Maybe.
I can't see them bringing in another villain to be a Gus or a Tuco.
Yeah. that
Because
seems
they really
far-fetched.
just killed off everybody. You just killed off all the head cartel people.
Right.
So that's going to take a
Seems
minute
like
to regroup
way
and
too
figure out
much.
well, at
who
least
Walter
of that
is
one
in the
little
first
section
place.
that would care about him.
I
Right.
feel like they could keep the writing as top notch and then have a completely new
And a season.
in like 13 episodes.
So it's got to
or
be
whatever.
the same people we're dealing with here.
I think it continues to be the DEA
Yeah, is
versus
it DEA
the whole
versus
operation.
Walter?
Because, like, I mean, Gus randomly dying in a bombing with Salamanca is gonna.
They're not going to let that
They're
go.
not gonna just be like, oh, whoops.
That's
what a
not
weird
over.
coincidence. Gus was like.
I think Walter's going to keep going, and it's going to be like him and Jesse against the DEA. Because that's all the people that's really left. And we're not introducing new characters, and that's who's left.
I really hope that Jesse is not on Team Walt. Though.
He completely manipulated him. Of course he is.
I know. I just hate to see it.
He totally has Jesse back in his pocket after all of that.
They said it wasn't the ricin, so like
Right?
Gus didn't
Like, we
do
had to
it.
kill him, right?
So then who
like-
did?
The way he was asking that was like, hey,
Well, I think.
tell me I did a good job. Tell me I'm okay. All right. That's it.
All right, wrap on season 4. My
Deuces.
favorite season so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's closer to the end.
All right.
See you next time,
That's
friends.
it. We're done.